Hello, this is Justice Baxterman. Welcome back to another video. And today is Thanksgiving. Or as I'm recording, this is Thanksgiving. I haven't exactly decided yet if I'm gonna upload this today or on Monday. Um, but I've got the day off, and so I was going to go take a walk. And because I'm a useless shill who sells my life for views on YouTube, I thought you could come along with me. But first, my coffee. And I just thought I'd stop here and waste some money, buy some junk food, because I hate my body and my wallet, apparently. So, but I love Rice Krispies, so probably gonna do that. Uh, 301.
Please select your card or your mobile phone. Authorizing.
Alright. There we go. You're welcome. Cool. Gotta say, I feel like a little bit of an idiot wearing my scouting gear. It's self-contained above water drinking apparatus for my Camelback. I feel like a bit of an idiot wearing this out here while I'm just out walking. I usually wear it when I go out for a run, but I don't know, I needed some source of hydration, and I don't want to carry a water bottle. So also this strap makes a nice, easy, convenient place to put my GoPro, although I wouldn't trust it to hold it securely if I were running, but this is useful, I guess, until I can buy one of the expensive that they sell. Alright, so yeah, this area, I've only ever really been down here once when I wasn't running. I usually only come down here when I run at night. The only other time I've been down here was when my corporal gave us a tour of the base in his car. And I just thought I should address, because I think there was a comment or two under the parkour video I made a couple months ago, just concerned with whether or not I should be showing what I am. I typically try not to show too much, and the regulations about it are kind of hard to really understand and know what they mean, practically speaking. I know, like, downward facing angles and stuff, and like not showing too much of like buildings. I think there's some building over here on the side of this hill here. I don't even know if that's a military building or not. I hope I'm not showing too much of it. There's like these buildings like a dozen miles away over here on this hill. It's actually probably like 7 to 10 miles, but it's however far away over there. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about this area. We're in a bit of a valley here, so I shouldn't be accidentally showing too much of any buildings here, so I should be good on that front. But yeah, like most of the base I can't really show, just because there are buildings. I do know that this entire base is like visible on Google Maps, but I don't think you can go on Street View for it. So I don't know if I'm really showing anything more than the Street View does here. Or I mean, I don't know, I'm showing more than the bird's eye view does. And I'm sure, I know this isn't an excuse, but I'm sure that I'm not the first person to ever post any pictures of this place on social media, so I'm not too concerned about it. And like worst case scenario, someone from legal or admin or something tells me that I violated some regulation, I can just take it down. I don't think it should be an issue. And here we are at the gravel road at last. Actually, I've been on it for a while, but there was some stuffing frame that I didn't think I should probably post. I am genuinely trying to be careful about that. Oh, and there's a fish pond there. Some people come here to fish, obviously, because it's a fish pond. But I have neither fishing rod nor fishing license. So unfortunately that's not something I can really take part in at the moment. I do have a fishing rod, of course, but that's back in a free state, Texas, of course. But yeah, this is a nice place just to come out and be, just to be out in the wilderness. It's not really wilderness, I guess, but there's some wildlife out here. And then of course there's pull-up bars that kind of break that illusion of being in the wild, because it wouldn't be the Marine Corps if there wasn't a set of pull-up bars at every single corner, or some kind of workout equipment. But yeah, some people don't know how to leave well enough alone, I guess. Here would probably be as good a point as any to actually address the Thanksgiving Day part of this Thanksgiving Day special. And I don't know, one topic that always comes up, at least lately, about well, mostly about Columbus Day, but also a bit about Thanksgiving Day. And now that the left has like more or less brainwashed so many people about Columbus Day, I think we're gonna see the attacks on Thanksgiving Day ramp up. But yeah, the topic always comes up of like our treatment of the Native Americans and stuff, and I don't know, they always kind of have a one-sided view of it, that like we were always the aggressor, or we mistreated them and stuff, and like kept changing treaties and moving their territories and stuff. And one thing a lot of us always say is that, well, yeah, but it's not like we were the first to conquest the land through force or violence, you know, because they were all warring against each other for hundreds of years. The Comanches moved the Apaches off the Great Plains and stuff. Not off the Great Plains, but like moved them off the lands they wanted them. off of. But like, you also gotta think of it from like one is, hindsight's always 2020. It's easy to look back at people like that in the past and say you should have done this or that, or you were evil and horrible and whatnot. When it's like, if you actually look at yourself, you're just as bad as, if not worse. I think part of the progressive left isn't so much that they want to see progress, but they believe that we're always seeing progress, that like things right now are always better than they used to be. Things are always going to get better. It's like, no, things get worse sometimes too, and sometimes things may not get worse, but like they don't get better either. It's like, we have no reason to think that we're better people than our ancestors were. But like, if you go into their perspective, like, anytime the Native Americans would come down off the reservation or off whatever land was considered theirs by both parties at the time, if they had come down peacefully and they'd come down to be our friends and whatnot, like, most of the time we'd be able to respect that. And we were good friends with a number of friendly tribes, and that's really a big part of what Thanksgiving is about our allyship with Native Americans. They were friends. They showed us how to grow plants and like stuff and hunt, because we were new to the area. And then we had a good harvest and we shared the meal together, you know, and celebrated. But like, in other times and other tribes, most of what we saw was they'd come down to sack, burn, and rape us. They'd sack all our stuff, burn our cities and towns, and steal horses and cattle, and then they'd kill us and scalp us, and, you know, it's like, how can you expect us to make peace with that when, you know, you can't even make peace with the president? Like, and that goes for conservatives and liberals. Like, conservatives and Republicans that won't concede the 2020 election. It's like, although conservatives are less likely to really hate on our treatment of the Native Americans, because I think conservatives generally have a more nuanced view of that whole thing altogether. But liberals that won't, that, you know, hated Trump and like fought him at every turn, and it's like, if you can't even get along with your own president, how can you expect your ancestors to get along with Indian tribes that would just come down suddenly and steal and kill and destroy, you know? So yeah, I don't know. That's just some assorted thoughts on that. And I don't know the validity of this, but there's an Elmer Kelton book that sort of, I think this is the Buckskin line that has this story in it. It's from Texas Frontier, back before the Indian tribes were pushed up into Oklahoma, that basically posits that the Comanches would frame friendly tribes for raids, and so the friendly tribes weren't even raiding, but the Comanches were not friendly, but they'd frame these raids on the Tonkawas and whatnot. And then ultimately it got to the point where we had to move those friendly tribes up into Oklahoma. And again, I don't know the validity of that story, if those things did happen. But it's like, what are you going to do about that? Like, how are you going to prove it and all that? And this is a mistake that both sides make a lot. I mean, I feel like the left makes it a lot more now when they just say Native Americans or Indians or whatever, or indigenous peoples, as I guess the appropriate politically correct term is now. And it's like, no, they were extremely distinct tribes. They hated each other. Most of them fought with each other all the time. They were cannibals, and they'd scalp each other and they'd tie each other to the freaking wheel of a wagon wheel and like set it on fire to like torture people. Point is, we mistook Tonkawas for Comanches, whether it was because they were framed or not, and we did treat them unfairly. But I'm not sure exactly what a good option would have been to go about resolving that more peacefully or more amicably for both sides. I don't know. The point is, you can't change the past, and hating on the past doesn't help anything. It's more important to look at yourself and see what you can improve in the present to make a better future. But yeah, that's my whole thing, my rant on Thanksgiving Day and Columbus Day and Native Americans and all that. So, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna get heading back now. That Rice Krispie was phenomenal, of course. So I don't know if it's because the slower pace, I just like notice it more, or if it's because my cowboy boots have like the soles are basically worn out. But like, I feel this gravel a lot more than I remember noticing before. Whenever I run here in my, either in my combat boots or my tennis shoes, never noticed the gravel poking, or yeah, I guess poking through my feet this much. It's probably because of the worn out boots. Well, thanks for watching today's video. It was a bit longer than usual, but yeah, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later. And don't be a disgusting twerp. Hold on to your trash until you can throw it away properly.